It doesn't matter if he beats Barrios or not. Still really Pacquiao how many losses? Pacquiao had that's another thing bro. He Pacquiao another one that don't give about losses, and he keep everyone keep tuning in for him right bro all that you undefeated that don't mean if you're not fighting nobody gives about you. At 46 years old Manny Pacquiao wants to do something huge, beat the current WBC welterweight champion Mario El Azteca Barrios. This big comeback is planned for July, but this isn't just another fight, it's a big risk that could help Pacquiao end his career with one last win or show that time has finally caught up with him. A lot of fans, sports writers and experts are already arguing about how it might go, but we'll get into their opinions later on. Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years, even though Pacquiao hasn't talked much trash about Barrios. His actions and words speak loudly. People say he wants to go out making history and finally retire as a WBC champion. That's the same boxing group that gave him his first world title when he was just starting out. Now he wants to finish his career where it all began. It's a big challenge for Barrios, and it shows Pacquiao's strong heart and never give up attitude after losing a race for a Senate seat in the Philippines. Pacquiao said the fight continues, service continues for God, for the country, for each Filipino, which shows he still feels like a fighter at hard fight. That fight in Thailand. What do you remember about winning that first title when you were 18 years old? I was underdog. Nobody cheer for me because they think that I am a kind of opponent that a fight for the champion of Thailand, but I like him out. On the other side, Barrios seems really excited about this chance, but also very respectful. I'm very excited at the possibility of this fight being made. Barrios said Manny Pacquiao is a future Hall of Famer, a legend, and someone I looked up to growing up. To share the ring with him would be an honor and a dream come true for Barrios. This fight could be the moment that takes him from a strong fighter to a worldwide star, but we'll talk more about what's at stake for Barrios in a bit. Pacquiao hasn't fought in almost 4 years. His last fight was in August 2021, where he lost by unanimous decision to Dennis Ugas. Funny enough, Barrios later beat Ugas to win the interim title, so now fans and boxing insiders are all wondering, can Pacquiao still fight like he used to, or even close to it, now that he's 46 and going up against a younger, stronger champion? But what do the experts think of it? Well, when I hope he doesn't get hurt. I think there's every chance he could do a secondly. I think how he got to him a world title shot, 5th in the world. Imagine if he was number 1 and 2 in the division and trained all your life to get there, and then Manny comes in after being retired 5 years and whatever it is, and goes into number 5 in the division. Boxing these days, let's take a look. Amir Khan, a former world champion himself, has serious doubts. He once thought about fighting Pacquiao, so he knows a thing or two about him. Khan also sparred with Barrios, so he knows what the young champion can do. I don't know how much Manny's got left in him. Khan told Sky Sports that they were in their prime, in their peak. Then I'd say all day Manny Pacquiao, but this could be a tricky fight for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, come to watch me spar. I'm sparring. Jesse walks in afterwards. Behind me, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao goes, I was watching your movie to Jason. Why Jason, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah man, but he go, and it was cool because Jason's like, I come see Amir. Khan explained why this fight could be dangerous. Barrios is younger, bigger, and has a lot to gain. Barrios, I'm sure he's going to come in wanting to win this fight because it can change his life. Khan said he also pointed out how long Pacquiao has been out of the ring. At the end of the day, he's been out of the ring for a long time, and as he's still got the fire in his belly. Khan wondered, he called Barrios a dangerous opponent and said that if Pacquiao really wanted to come back, maybe he should have chosen another retired fighter, not someone who's active and in his prime. We'll circle back to that point in a moment. Amid, what is going on with you and Manny Pacquiao? I don't know. Manny says he wants to fight. I'll take the fight. I mean, let's Make it happen, I mean look too retired. Fighters come back, it would still do. Crazy numbers, wouldn't it? Oh, you know that as well. Do you know how big of a fight that would be? It'd be massive. Now, let's hear a different view. Former champion Shawn Showtime Porter has a bit more hope on his show The Porter Way podcast. He said that Pacquiao might still have enough of his old speed and skills to win it so hard because he is Manny Pacquiao, right? So it is what it is, dude. So I think that when I say who strikes first, I mean who can never implement their game plan, and who can land that strong left hand first. A man, he's fast, man, he will catch you off guard. I mean, if you speak to the Keith, he can really speak to the speed and the end, the movement and rhythm of Manny Pacquiao gives a lot of guys problems. And so when we speak to Errol having to make adjustments, can you make that quick adjustment, or is Manny gonna strike first, then the other side of that is, hey Manny, if you can't come out here. And Porter said he's either going to come to the ring and be able to be fast enough to get off the resurgency that he used to get off on, and if he does, he clocks him and he knocks him out. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you. Listen, let's talk a little bit about this fight, because you're adjusting now to facing a new opponent on 11 days notice, right? Was there any conversation between you and Freddie on whether you should cancel, whether you should postpone, because this is a risk, right? Yeah, but I work hard and discipline this training camp fight, and we analyze it about the yugas, and he's a right-handed, so I used to fight right-handed, so it's not hard for me to adjust unless going around the other way around. It's going to be hard for me. Porter thinks that if Pacquiao can still move fast and hit hard, he has a chance. He also talked about how their styles match up, that left hand against that right hand. His left hand always gets there quicker than the other guy's right hand. He explained Barrios moves forward a lot, and that could play right into Pacquiao's hands. Pacquiao has always been good at hitting with his strong left hand when his opponents walk into it, and that could be very bad news for Barrios' famous boxing trainer Robert Garcia, who's helped many champions over the years, is worried about Manny Pacquiao's comeback. In an interview with Boxing Scene, he said he saw a big drop in Manny's skills during his last fight. He also warned that Mario Barrios might be too strong and too young. Barrios is a strong guy that could actually hurt Manny. Garcia said Manny didn't look good in his last performance. This was a couple years ago, and it was kind of embarrassing to see Manny end up like that. What Pacquiao has accomplished is so unbelievable, unreal, where we might never see it again. And us saying we that are alive right now, but I think 100 years from now, I don't think there'll be somebody that could do what he's done. And not only for decades he's been champion through 4 decades, I think the 8 division champion also. That's something huge, something that great champions like Oscar de la Hoya, Mayweather 5-6, that's huge. That's already a lot. It's already a lot. 4 is a lot, but 5 and 6, but 2 more 8, that's unbelievable, man. What Pio has done is just something that we might never see again, and that makes him one of the. Garcia knows what it's like inside the boxing world, especially how hard it can be to keep going when your body gets older. He added, hopefully he gets in really good shape, but I don't see things going right with Manny at this point anymore. Then he said something that many fans might feel deep down too. It might be sad to see Manny back in the ring. That's what I'm thinking. This is a fear lots of people have, that one of their heroes could get hurt or lose badly, and that it might make his great career look less amazing. But we'll talk more about that feeling later on. Another strong opinion came from DAZN boxing analyst Ade Oladipo. He didn't hold back at all. He called the comeback embarrassing and even disgraceful. He focused a lot on Manny's age, saying Manny Pacquiao, as you just said, is 46 years of age. It is clear to see that this guy can no longer do it at any level, let alone world championship level. Because what's the worst case scenario? Someone gets seriously hurt, someone has life-altering injuries, and that could happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out, he's been hit, he's not Floyd who has been hardly hit like he's been knocked out cold. I thought when he got knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died. It was that scary, remember that one? So I do various. Ultimately, I'm most surprised that if it hasn't been officially announced, if it lands in Nevada or California, I'll be very surprised and dare I say Disapo. Also explained how Manny's style doesn't fit someone his age, and Manny Pacquiao is a volume fighter. You can't do that type of output at 46. It's just not going to be there. He also criticized the group behind the fight, saying, "I find it almost comical what the WBC are doing." Words show a bigger problem in boxing. Maybe money and hype are more important than keeping fighters safe, and this leads to another concern. Should Manny even be allowed to fight again at this level? Many experts talked about how dangerous this comeback could be. I think Manny Pacquiao could potentially get really badly hurt, and I think it's going to be a terrible look to bring him in and usher him into a world title fight. At 46, one person said they even accused the WBC of just wanting the money that comes with a Pacquiao fight instead of thinking about other boxers who might deserve this title shot more. Another problem they pointed out, Manny didn't get a warm-up fight, which they called a bad idea for someone his age coming back after so long, but not everyone is so negative. On ESPN Knockout, the experts were a little more careful with their words, though still unsure. They talk about a lot of what ifs because no one really knows how good Manny still is. They remembered his 2021 fight with Ugas. At first, Manny came out fast and aggressive just like the old days, but as the fight went on, he slowed down and stood still more, which gave Ugas the chance to control things with his jab. That same kind of jab is something Barrios also uses well, and he's taller and longer. To know definitely be in the ring with a legend like Manny Pacquiao. I have a lot of respect for him, so I'm very excited. But all respect is finished after we get on the ring tomorrow. They also looked at Barrios' recent fight with Abel Ramos. Barrios did well and showed power, but there were times when he got hit a lot under pressure. In the end, they said it's just too hard to guess how the fight will go. It's best to wait for the first round of the fight to assess Pacquiao's condition and what he has left in his arsenal, one expert said. Still, they made it clear that Barrios has the clear edge when it comes to being younger, more active, and physically stronger. In some more takes from them here, but if you're looking for a little hope, CBS Sports analyst Brian Campbell might give you just that. He knows the odds are against Manny, but said legend can sometimes reproduce magic for one night. He believes Manny's long and amazing career proves that anything is possible. Sure, Manny's power might not be what it used to be, but Campbell thinks his speed and experience could still help him in the ring. He also pointed out that Barrios has lost some big fights before, including against Gervonta Davis and Keith Thurman. Even though Barrios is tough, he's not perfect, so maybe Manny picked the right opponent for a comeback, but Campbell warned that Manny would need an intense training camp to be ready for something like this, and for a 46-year-old, that's a big challenge. Be able to have an opportunity like that to spar 250 rounds with one of the greatest of all time. I mean, what he won world titles and what 8 divisions, 13 or 14 world titles. It crazy. It would never be done again. Crazy. And as much as you want to see records broken, and I want to break records, that man is a one of one. He's a one of one. You see, Daz in boxing put out a short but serious clip to remind everyone that boxing is rough, especially for older fighters. They talked about Manny's past knockouts, the scary one from Juan Manuel Marquez, as proof that he can still get hurt. That risk only grows as you get older, and that's one of the biggest reasons why so many people are worried about this comeback. Boxing reporter Dan Rafael recently shared on his Fight Freaks Unite Substack that the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios is soon to be official. He didn't make a prediction, but his words show that this match is seriously being planned and could become part of this summer's boxing schedule. We'll get into what that means for both fighters in just a second. Okay, no. For Manny Pacquiao, this fight isn't just about winning another title, it's about riding one last big moment into his already amazing career. If he wins, he could become one of the oldest champions in boxing history that would make his legacy even stronger, showing he could still beat top fighters even at 46, but if he loses badly, it might hurt the way people remember his career. Some fans already think he should have stayed retired, and this fight could give them more reasons to say so. For Mario Barrios, this is the chance of a lifetime. Beating someone as famous as Pacquiao even at this age would change everything for him. It would take him from being a solid champion to someone the whole world knows it's his moment to shine in the spotlight and show everyone he belongs at the top of the welterweight division. Rolling shoulder. As we get closer to the big fight, everyone in the boxing world is watching closely. People are talking, guessing, and debating what will happen. Can Manny Pacquiao bring back the speed and fire he used to have just one more time, or will Mario Barrios step up and prove that the future belongs to him? Now we'll find out under the bright lights in Las Vegas. Want to keep watching more UFC news?